poker that laughs as you're falling. Tony haunts your dreams, can't you see? Hopping through the shadows quite eagerly. Scared to close your eyes and go to sleep. You sold chaos, but Tony is here to reap. You were on his shows, then bailed. You tried to take him down and failed. You thought you could outshine the sun. Ended up cooked, well done. Tony haunts your dreams, can't you see? Hopping through the shadows quite eagerly. Scared to close your eyes and go to sleep. You sowed chaos, but Tony is here to reap. He's the specter in the night. Turn your dreams to utter fright. You'll be running to the light. There's no safety from your plight. Never miss when you attack the king. Better yet, just kiss the ring. Shut your mouth and know your place. You never had a chance to win this race. Tony haunts your dreams, can't you see? Just hopping through the shadows quite eagerly. So close your eyes and go to sleep. You sowed chaos, but Tony is here to reap. Yeah, yeah, reap. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. You were on his shows, then bailed. You tried to take him down and failed. You thought you could outshine the sun. Ended up cooked. Well done. Tony haunts your dreams, can't you see? Just hopping through the shadows quite eagerly. So close your eyes and go to sleep. You sowed chaos, but Tony is here to reap. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hey, hey, get out of my way. I gotta see what Tony TGD's gonna say. Time to listen to the geeking away. Cause I rock so many geeky films, games, and TV shows. Maybe if we're lucky, the weather exposed the amigo. Hey, hey, get out of my way. This season using hot takes, so you might as well stay. It's time to listen to the geeking away.
What's up, meatbags? It's the often imitated, never duplicated, chosen one of CG, Chicano Stanley, bad guy, bad dude, bad actor, the lighthouse in the middle of the sea, leading you to Comicsgate Destiny, the great brown hope, the detractor pope, the most interesting man in all of CG, Frog, motherfucking Tony. Guys, we're back. And it looks like we're not a full house, but three of a kind. I think we'll go with that. TJ's joining me. Toy's back from his hiatus. Gentlemen, it's good. It's good to be here. One day removed from the Super Bowl, the superest of all, where Bad Bunny he'll get on the field. He'll raise his hands up, and suddenly the stadium will be flooded with Mexicans coming in. Right? That's what's gonna happen. Something like that.
I thought Ice was gonna be there.
No ice. We tricked them. Anyway, TJ, how you doing, buddy?
It be what it is. It is what it be. I've been playing Pal World. I'm still at that. Quite a long game, actually. Like the more you play it, the more you realize it's like, get this. Try to imagine Fortnite, but you're not online, and you got all these Pokemon doing all the work for you. It's great.
But so there's like a story, like an actual like a beginning and end. I thought it was just like open world shit.
There is kind of a narrative, as you're taking quests, as you're doing stuff. You're just meeting other bosses and shit. Like the very tiny bit of story, but it's like 90% sandbox,
Is there like gym leaders and stuff, like in Pokemon?
Sort of, yeah. Like the bosses are actually gym leaders. Yeah.
Nice. I know, Anto, you're the big video game guy on the panel. How you been doing, buddy?
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm doing good. Just doing wonderful. Playing lots of video games. As you know.
Pikachu with a Gatling gun, says Steven.
Literally, actually, yeah, you can see that on their poster.
Well, I know you're not a big video game guy, Anto, but I have a game. So, I usually have trailers for games. There is a trailer that is just for you. I looked at it, I go, it doesn't interest me. I don't like this, but I go, this is just for Anto. I know he'll like it. I'm gonna turn him into a game tonight. We're gonna.
Oh, there we go. All right. Well, I'm on board. That's cool. Yeah.
Ass Simulator 3000. It's right up your alley.
Oh well, that's not up my alley. Come on.
They actually had a game back in the gap where you would have to spank an ass, and it was an arcade machine, and it actually had an ass. Like.
Wait, what?
You didn't know that? There was an arcade machine and it had an ass, and you had to spank it. That was the
It's
game.
like one of those strength tester things, like where you just slap a
No, it was
metal
a game.
ass or something.
You guys,
All right.
hold on, let me pull it
We'll
up.
take your word for it.
It's called
For sure.
Boonga Boonga.
No,
Oh,
that
wow,
just
what a
sounds
crazy
racist
name.
right there.
I'm surprised it doesn't name Hibbity Jibbity.
And I will say this: don't look up because I made the mistake right now, and because I didn't know the name of the game, so I put Japanese butt spanking game. And it doesn't give you the thing that I'm looking for. Okay, not quite.
Yeah, see, now I could, yeah. Mm-mm.
You
Those
can see how
Japanese.
there might be a mistake. Yeah, It's really
Very
interesting when I went to the Google image search. Didn't get me what I wanted, but man, it's quite a lot of
Test your cheeks.
let me see if I can get because it's a game, but also like if I just showed you the gameplay, I think you wouldn't really get the full appreciation for what it is, right?
Okay.
So I want to see if I can get like something that shows the actual cabinet too, right? Let me see. Does this show the cabinet? Damn it. No, it does not.
Well, then I'm going to vamp for a second. They had HBO put out a bonus episode of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms this week because the Super Bowl is tomorrow night. So I watched that. Holy crap, that was a great episode. That show is getting so good. Like I've never like the theme song. They played it for the first time in that episode, like the regular Game of Thrones theme song, and it hit so fucking hard. Oof, good show.
Oh, so they're back in business, huh?
Dude, so good.
All right, so see this is the cabinet. See how it's got like the ass with the jeans on?
Oh wow.
The poster.
And you
That's
would
Look at those faces.
you would take them.
Now this isn't the game you're wanting me to play, is it? This is
No, this ain't the
side
game.
quest, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
this is the side quest. But yeah, you would spank the cabinet to try to make the characters, and they're different characters like your
Ex-girlfriend. Look at that.
boss.
Oh my god.
Mother-in-law, probably.
Mother-in-law. Hey-oh.
Yeah, it's a real thing. Japan is weird. They got really weird, innovative. What about the Japanese karaoke challenge game with the guy doing karaoke while a sexy girl does the thing to him?
Oh, shit.
I'll look that up too. Exactly where you wrote it. I'll Google search that.
Did you just do that in real life? Have you guys seen the Fist of the North Star arcade? Like where the boxing stuff comes out and then you have to do the pattern shit just to pull off the combos?
No.
That shit was wild. Like you have to do the pads come out, you have to punch them in the correct order so that he does the combos. That was great.
That's crazy.
It's just like the actual show.
The only Fist of the North Star game I played was the one on Genesis that they renamed in America.
Oh, the side-scrolling one, right?
Yeah, and then you would hit the guys and they'd explode. It's dope. But that's not what I'm playing lately. Lately, I'm actually playing Persona 5 Royale. So I had Persona. This is how much of a Sony gaming simp. I don't know how you want to phrase this, but I played Persona 5. Didn't beat it. Then Royale was on sale. I was like, well, I'll just get Royale and play that. Like I will buy new versions of the same thing. Like I don't know how many times I bought Dynasty Warrior games. Like, oh, it's Dynasty Warriors. Oh, it's Dynasty Warriors. Extra. Oh, it's Dynasty Warriors. Whatever. Like they just
Extreme Legends.
Extreme
Empires.
Legend Warriors guys. Yeah. So Sony pony ass full. Yeah, but I'm playing some Persona 5. I love the Persona series. It's so fantastic. So good. But so problematic, right? You know, we're in 2026 now, and it's weird that you're dating your teachers and you're like a high school student and he's like trying to fuck like old ladies and shit. It's a weird thing. Now, what's up, Beans?
Weave shit.
Have you seen the stuff about the Pokemon pinball machine? I guess a lot of scalpers trying to get it, but I didn't realize the price of pinball machines. No, I haven't seen that. Guy who likes Elise. I try not to pay attention to Pokemon stuff too much. You know, it's never a Pokemon guy. Were you guys Pokemon Go guys?
No.
Thank God. I was getting ready to boot all of you off the fucking panel.
Is that the one like where you play with your phone, like, and it's like enhanced reality or whatever they call it?
You just kind of throw balls
Augmented
at
reality.
Pokemon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
All right, but this is an article from about a week ago. It's like a week old, but I think it was we missed it somehow. It just got brought to my attention today, so I wanted to share it and we'll read it. But it says the Austrian Supreme Court rules that FIFA loot boxes are not gambling. But the justices say that, in general, loot boxes cannot be taken on their own and must be considered within the context of the game they are part of. That sounds like so much hibbity-jibbity, right? It sounds like, hey, if certain studios pay us enough, bribe us enough, we'll look the other way. That's right, Austrian Supreme Court. I said it. What are you going to do? Come arrest me? I don't live in your laws. It says the Supreme Court of Austria has ruled that loot boxes in the FIFA games do not constitute gambling as they do require some skill. Game Market reports that the justices in Vienna have decided that the specific game mechanics in FIFA Ultimate Team is not gambling, but they also state that loot boxes can be gambling. To be specific, loot boxes in the games they are part of need to be taken together on this matter. It says in this video game, despite the random allocation of individual digital content from the packs, the human player can use their own skill to control the course of the game with a probability suitable for success, thus establishing a rational expectation of winning, the court concluded. What? That sounds stupid. What it sounds like, I've never played FIFA, so maybe someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like you pull random characters from packs, right? And they have different skills, but since you can use your human skill to still win the game with shitty players, they're like, oh, it's not gambling, right? That's what it sounds like to me. Am I wrong?
Oh, you can still make it with your shitty ass characters, no problem. It's not gambling at all.
Nah.
Ibbity jibbity.
You got just as good a chance as anybody else.
Yeah, that's always the same hibbity jibbity you hear in every gacha game. It's always
no, but the other gacha games don't. It's not skill based because like what they're saying is theoretically, playing the soccer game is a skill. So even though better characters give you an advantage, you can still overcome that advantage. So it's not gambling,
right?
Which is like you still want the better characters. That's what the gambling is. Just because I use them in a way that it doesn't matter. My skill can overcome. But like most people are not like professional FIFA players, right? This is something.
Yeah,
this is like saying
contest of champions, right? Like with the 5-star champions, whatever, are way better than the shit that you start with,
I mean, theoretically, you could win with the shit you start with, but like it's just extremely hard, right?
That's what she said.
The case was brought against Electronic Arts and Sony by a class of gamers with the backing of Austrian litigation funder Pedronis, who spent a combined 20,000 euros on loot boxes in the FIFA titles. We consider the judgment to be legally flawed, and we'll wait to see whether other judges of the Supreme Court share a different view regarding other pending cases. The organization says that it has other cases against both EA and Sony on the same topic pending judgment by the Supreme Court. An EA spokesperson told GameIndustry.biz that, quote, "We welcome the decision." Yeah, I'm sure you do. "We welcome the decision from the Austrian Supreme Court confirming that EA Sports FC and the FC Ultimate Team mode do not constitute gambling. The decision, which is final, brings much needed clarity to both industry and Austrian players." Speaking of GameIndustry.biz, legal researcher Leon Zhao said that this judgment is, quote, "likely to cause Austrian legislators to want to make stricter laws if their concerns regarding loot boxes persist, now that this gambling law line didn't provide consumers with redress." This sounds so bad because this is like, EA, they will double and triple down now. They're like, oh, they said like as long as there's actual gameplay, we could just make shitty loot boxes as shitty as we want, right?
Yeah, I guess.
We can abuse the customers now.
Yeah. He added that the gambling laws that are in effect in most countries were written without concepts such as loot boxes in mind, meaning that, quote, "it is not surprising that gambling law is unable to effectively deal with these concerns. New legislation is not necessarily required because pre-existing contract and consumer law and advertising regulations already apply and could already provide some assistance. However, consumer law is not being effectively enforced, so companies don't follow those rules." Says a similar ruling was reached in the Netherlands back in 2022, something that Zhao attributed to the country having similar gambling laws to Austria. He also added that UK gambling laws differ considerably from those two countries, pointing to the recent case against former Geeks developer Andrew Lackman, in which it has been ruled that in-game virtual currency that can be transferred between players does, in fact, constitute property. This strongly supports stricter action against loot boxes whose prizes can be transferred. I think the whole loot box system needs to just be eradicated, right? Just fucking gone.
No.
They should require, look, if you pay money for like an item, I don't have any problem with going, this is DLC. You want fucking the best FIFA player, $50, it will give you an extra best FIFA player, right? I'm fine with that. Not like give us $5 and maybe you'll get a good FIFA player.
Right.
Broken guy,
Buy the guy you want
agree.
directly.
It never would happen. It won't happen unless legislators make it happen, right? Well, I think the biggest problem is consumers. You guys who are buying it, who are playing these games and buying these loot boxes, right? I think that's the biggest problem. If they weren't making money, they would stop it, right? But they're making money, so they don't. It's crazy. All right. Anything else on that? Are you a big gambler? Anyone here a big gambler?
Nah. I used to go to the casino now and again, but not really.
What's your game of choice?
My game of choice? I guess probably blackjack. But I mean, it depends on where I'm at. Like if I'm in an Indian casino, sure, I play blackjack. But I don't know. At bigger places, it can be intimidating. Because like I'm not that, I'm not an expert. Like I just have like like I know when the basic when to hits and not to hits. Knowing based on what the dealer has. But sometimes it's like shit. I don't know what to do, and it's like if you choose wrong, then the person that goes after you is like, "Oh, you fucked up my card," and blah 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 blah, and they yell at you.
I just do it on purpose. Someone says never understood the appeal of gambling. It's all about the thrill, the highs, the lows, the hitting it, making it work.
Yeah, it's that dopamine release.
Yeah,
high risk, high reward.
The thing I most dislike about watching EBS is his gambling talk. Yeah, I've never been a gambler. I always say that I don't gamble, right? I make bets all the time, but I don't gamble. Because it's whenever I make a bet, I know it's a sure thing. It's a sure thing, right?
Now, we talking bets on sports or bets on just random
anything.
Shit?
Any bet. Like if I say I'm willing to bet, like if I go put money on it, that's because I know I'm right.
Okay.
Right.
So
like, I will like if we're arguing over something and I go put money on it, trust me, 100%. I know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
If I don't say that, if that line never comes out, then there's wiggle room for me being wrong, right?
Okay. I got you.
Even back in the day, I used to play cards in college, and we used to gamble on Uno, right?
On
'Cause we were-
Uno.
Well, we weren't allowed to have regular cards like the college.
Oh.
Like, no, you can't have cards, but you could play
Yeah.
Uno, right? So we'd play Uno in the activity center, and so
Gotcha.
we started gambling on it. We'd keep score, and then we'd gamble. It would be like we played points, and then every point would be like a penny a point, 25 cents a point, dollar a point, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So we play that, and because I'm not a gambler, what I would do is we would rig the game. I would get another guy, and we'd make sure that we were feeding each other cards and feeding each other like, we'd have codes, right? So I'd be like, oh, what are you doing after this, right? And that he knows that, oh, I needed you to change it to yellow so I can go out and win, right? So I would never gamble. I would just cheat at cards and make a lot of money. We were making like $200 to $300 every day, just playing cards. It's crazy. Never went to class. I was just in the activity center playing cards, stealing people's money.
Lying, cheating, stealing.
Yeah, pretty much. I would. So I was running the tables as far as the gambling down there, right? And then I was skimming off of the top for the club that I was working at, the Latin American club. We would sell nachos and other things, and I would skim money off the top of that. And then I was also selling bootleg pornography.
Wait, what?
What?
Bootleg pornography. Okay. How does that?
Is that like you use Playboys? Ew.
No, because
How's it Where's the bootleg aspect? Hold on a minute.
because you would get movies and then you would just record them on like a blank VHS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was way out in the weeds on that one. That wasn't what I was saying.
What'd you think? I was like stealing them off the back of a truck.
Yeah. I was thinking
We found an old guy. We just went in his house and stole his collection, or
something like that. Yeah. B&E's for porn.
Yeah.
pornography with Korean subtitles. Yeah, that's what it was.
It's a whole new meaning to piracy.
Yeah, right?
What were you thinking? Now I gotta know. What the hell were you thinking on?
No, that's what I was thinking. Like stolen porn. I'm like, where would you bootleg porn from? But then, like, my porn, like, my immediate go-to is like magazines. I wasn't thinking like DVDs. See, I'm 10 years older than you.
Remember Be Kind Rewind when they Swiss the
Oh
movie?
yeah, man.
Yeah, we're making Swiss pornography. So no, it wasn't Swiss. It was Swede. We're making Swede.
Swede, right?
Yeah.
That's a good movie though. Be Kind Rewind.
Well, that was a good movie, yeah.
All right, moving on.
That's enough of sidetracking that.
Sony says Ghost of Yotei outpaced Tsushima sales. This is controversial. Apparently, so the anti-woke gaming crowd were hedging their bets. They were saying that Ghost of Yotei was going to fail. It was never going to sell more than Ghost of Tsushima because female lead, go woke, go broke, not giving us what we want. The sales for Ghost of Tsushima was like really high on the first day. Like it had like 3 million sales in like the first couple of days or something. Like it sold extremely well. And then Ghost of Yotei had weaker like first week sales, right? And so they're like adamant that this game was going to flop, was going to fail. And now Sony's coming out and saying, no, actually, like it's on pace to sell more than Ghost of Tsushima. And now these guys, because, Sony being the multi-million-dollar company, having investors, having stockholders, having actual laws that they have to follow, they're claiming that Sony's lying, guys. Sony has come out and lied to their investors, to their stockholders, and to the general public in order to own Smash JT. Smash JT is saying that Sony specifically is saying this to own him. That's how caught up in their own bullshit they are, right?
Yeah,
Instead of just admitting, hey, we were wrong. That turns out people did like the gameplay and they didn't care about the other shit, right? Like the woke stuff didn't bother them, right?
These types of motherfuckers, they always have a spin for anything. That's the problem. They always have to hibbity-jibbity their way out of being caught in a lie.
and it like I said, it's crazy because it's like, do you think that they're gonna go out and like risk going to jail and like having sanctions and all kind of other shit, just to fucking own the chuds, right? But don't take my word for it. Let's watch Smash JT, right? So this is Smash JT's video. It says Yotei flopped. Sony pushes ambiguous "trust us, bro" success narrative.
There are a tremendous amount of Sony ponies out there trying to nail me to the
Sony ponies, bud.
boss of you were wrong and we were right. Call him more.
Also, you can buy some Smash JT organic matcha from another woke company. And we got a $2 super sticker from Eric Winberg. Guys, don't forget, if you want to support us financially, we will accept that. We appreciate all financial contributions, especially
Smiling Shiba Inu.
We've just received word from our truck that you've received a super sticker.
Let me guess, Eric Winberg with the Shiba Inu, baby.
I love that voice. That's the voice of fucking
His official voice.
Frogman.
Yeah. It's like Leonardo, but even froggier somehow. Like even, more low pitched.
56K warning says Sony never forgot that Smash didn't show up for the Crash Bandicoot playtesting. Oh, that's what it is? They're getting them back after all these years.
We already owned you, and now we have proof of it because Sony's CFO had come forward and said that Ghost of Yotei is officially a better game to Sony than Ghost of Tsushima.
No, that's not what she said. See, this is the other thing they do, right? People will point out what the lady said, and then he'll make this straw man argument about what the person owning him said. He'd be like, no, see, it's not a better title. So you're wrong and you lose.
Of course, paraphrasing, which we'll get into here. And what is very important is they're paraphrasing something that is carefully curated to a particular angle to make it seem like something might be different than what it really is. And all I'm arguing over here is if the game really is better than Tsushima selling wise and it's actually blowing doors and breaking all the expectations that Sony had, if that really is the case, why don't they just tell people what the sales numbers are for it? It's a little bit strange to use all these very carefully curated.
Why don't Sony just tell us the sales numbers? They have been telling you the sales numbers. They told you when it sold 3 million. They don't tell you every single week. They don't update you. Hey, we just sold another 10 copies. Hey, someone go call Smash up and let them know that 3 more copies of Ghost of Yotei just sold.
Words to form a sentence without saying, yeah, these are the sales of it and it's blowing doors. We're doing great. Don't you think that's a little bit suspicious?
No.
Wouldn't you want more transparency from a company? I don't care what side of the fence you're on with this. Either way, wouldn't you want them to tell you what the sales numbers are?
No.
Now, if you want me...
I don't buy games based on sales numbers. Do you guys care what the sales numbers are about anything?
Hell no. I
I
wouldn't
guess
care.
not.
What's
I
your
would-
favorite candy bar, Autoy?
My favorite candy bar. I guess I would say the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
Do you care how many Reese's peanut butter cups sell?
No. I still buy them myself.
That's what I'm saying. So, like,
See?
no
Yeah.
one actually gives a shit. You guys do. The problem is you guys give a shit. Sony doesn't release sales numbers on pretty much anything. Like, no, there's no other games. You're like, oh, Sony should release the sales numbers. And like, did it release the sales numbers on anything? No, like it doesn't. Nintendo doesn't release sales numbers. Like this quote and stuff is from their fucking financial meetings. Like people are like, oh, they just had their stockholder thing, and the lady came out and gave a fucking speech and said, hey, this is what's going on with the company. Clearly, again, you cannot lie to stockholders. If this was true that she was lying, right, they would fucking sue her and she would go to jail. Like that's like it's like fucking very serious matters, right? When you're talking millions of dollars, you're talking publicly traded companies.
to be wrong, of course you don't want them to say it because you know that would disprove your argument because that is the reason why they're not saying it. I said on X, Sony CFO Lin Tao delicately danced through the words in an attempt to convince shareholders that they have a winner on their hands. Quote,
Like you're
Ghost of
dancing through words
Yotei,
now.
a tentpole title we released in October. Okay, this is very important. Listen to the wording here. Exceeded the sales of the previous title in the same period of time. Same period of time for what? Like the launch window?
Yeah, is he retarded? A tentpole title released in October, and she's saying from October to now, you idiot. You cannot infer
Very
that.
clear.
Yeah. No, she just talked about for that 3 minutes. There was a 3-minute period of time, Smash, and it made more sales.
Up until right now, the entire quarter. Like what period of time are you referencing here? Because I even covered this saying, yes, at the current time when it first launched, it did bump ahead of Ghost of Tsushima. But then I even gave this chart saying, here's what it is going to do based off the projections, based off of the tailwind it had behind it that Ghost of Yotei did not have. And this is, I posted.
Again, this is all based on bad logic because Ghost of Yotei still hasn't hit the PC market, and it's still got DLC coming out, and it's got other things they're working on.
This November 10th of 2025, and I said Sony announces Ghost of Yotei sales numbers. It sold 3.3 million units worldwide in the first 32 days. For a sequel, it pales in comparison to Tsushima, and Sony can't be happy with this. Here's a visual comparison I made based on the milestones from Ghost of Tsushima. And I went over this before.
I love how this is the actual numbers, and then all this is just what he put in. This is projected by him, right? Like, so it goes up, and then suddenly he just decides, oh, yeah, the game's not going to sell anymore. We're just going to go down.
And at this point right here, this is everyone was zooming in on this and saying, your chart is pathetic because it disproves what you're saying. Look at this. Ghost of Yotei is already outselling it in the first 28 days. And it's like, well, with that being the case, how could you even make an argument of this game is doing worse than Ghost of Tsushima? To which I reply, okay, if that's the case, why don't they tell us where it is right now? How many sales does it have right now? Why are they being so secretive about it? And here's the other.
Yeah, they just said it's selling better.
That's the problem with these motherfuckers. Like when you're the thing about professional writing is you have to be specific. You have to be on point. But these motherfuckers can't stand that. They have to find some hibbity-jibbity. They need to lie about something.
Yeah, stockholders can sue for them not making them money also. Yeah. Again, you can't go to your stockholder meeting and go, yeah, everything's great, guys. It's all fine. We're selling like gangbusters. Don't mind all the employees we're laying off and all the other things that we're closing all the shops.
No wonder he's getting sued. Like he thinks he can get away with saying whatever he wants, willy-nilly. And, look at the situation now.
Well, Monday he has a big meeting. Speaking of the lawsuit.
Oh.
Other argument I'd put forward, even if it's at the same exact amount, that is typically, for most companies out there, AAA, if you have a sequel to a game, you don't create it with the intention of selling just as many copies as the last one. That is like below what your expectations should be.
No, not. See, again, Smash doesn't know anything about the industry that he supposedly covers. He doesn't know anything about just gaming and sales in general, right? Selling the same. Again, it all depends on how well the first game sold, right?
If it sold
well, a
well,
lot of hype? Was there a lot of things? Obviously, you always want to sell more. That's it's no fucking no-brainer. But your expectations might be, hey, this game did really good, except for there was a lot of complaints, there was a lot of this, there was more hype. The second game has less hype because of all this. So we're projecting a little less than the first game or whatever, right? And no one goes out and just like, hey, we're just going to project every game is going to sell better than the previous one based on nothing, right? Based on hopes, dreams, and wishes.
The whole point of a sequel is you put more time, more money, more effort. The already has the brand recognition behind it, and that is when it blows doors. This did not do that.
Look at the sales of Final Fantasy games and how they declined each year until 7, right?
Yeah. Nobody cared about it until 7 came out.
And Sony refuses to tell people how many it sold because they know as soon as they do that, they're going to say, oh, so it's doing negligible. It's doing worse than Tsushima grand scheme, but negligible long term, and this is considered a tentpole success for you? I got so many questions. And then they go on to say, and significantly contributed to the financial results of the quarter, which again means nothing. What
It
What do you
means
mean
nothing. Well, if they had good financial results and they're saying this is a significant contribution, that means most of the good results is based on this one game, right? Or a good percentage of those results is based on this one game.
Words
other
as clear
games
as
did they
day.
put out of the quarter? That is such a Circana line to be like,
Now he's got to go back to Circana and complain about Circana.
Red tree.
Circana line.
yeah, that's painting the brightest picture, the most amazing, beautiful picture with these words. Significantly contributed to the financial results of the quarter. Compared to what? What else came out? That doesn't mean anything.
They literally say, if you read the entire financial thing that they go through, they talk about it and they say that the other things here, let me Helldivers 2, MLB The Show contributed stable recurring revenue that quarter. So yeah, there was other games that came out for Sony.
How many did you sell? Why can't you just say that? I said, but hold on there just a second. Still no actual sales numbers. And they continue to refuse to release anything tangible. Given how narrowly her statement is framed, there's no way this came anywhere close to meeting internal expectations.
How does he know what their internal expectations are?
No, he knows.
He knows. He's plugged in.
At
Yeah.
Sony Interactive. It reeks of positioning, not transparency. You know what everyone should be asking for in the game industry is more transparency. If a studio is afraid to tell you information about the game sales, that means they're not confident with the sales of the game. 100%. You're the customer. Why can't they tell you how many it sold? Shouldn't you be like stamping it on the boxes? Million seller, 3 million seller, 5 million seller? Why aren't you telling people? It's a little bit curious, don't you think? Just imagine how much more it would have sold if they had stuck with Jin and delivered a direct sequel to Ghost of Tsushima instead of pivoting to Ghost of Yotei. And this was the biggest argument I had when I was talking to Call.
I love this. This is the hibbity jibbity. Even if it's selling good, it would have sold even more if they just went with Ghost of Tsushima 2 instead of Ghost of Yotei. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
it's
more
always a
better.
spin. Yeah, more better.
They made a lot of money, but they would have made more money if they would have just did what I wanted.
Moriarty is like, the game's doing fine, man. It's doing
Call it
better
Moriarty
than
Red
Tsushima
Street.
and XYZ and the other thing. The unquantifiable, intangible of you'll never know what Ghost of Tsushima 2 would have sold because it doesn't exist. But I can
No
guarantee
shit,
you,
Dick Tracy.
whatever this game sold, Tsushima 2 would have outpaced it by double. And
By double. Man, this guy really just says anything. And how do people eat this up? I wish I
Sturgis.
lacked the morals and the fucking just standards to just say whatever I wanted. Just you know what? Fuck it. Ghost of Tsushima 2 would have sold 10 times as many as Ghost of Yotei. And we would have all bought like 4 copies if Sony only would have put a man with a giant dong in the game, right?
I would have got a CGC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have CGC'd the game. This fucking guy.
no, deep down, Sony of Japan knows that. And internally,
Sony of Japan knows they would have made more money, but they're so fucking woke. I thought the Japanese were like the ultra not woke, sacred Nippon, fuck California, right?
Oh yeah.
they are pissed about
Hoping
this.
and seeing.
Believe me, I don't
They're
give a
pissed. There's a guy right now at fucking Sony committing fucking harakiri, whatever the fuck the seppuku,
Harakiri
right?
it is.
I have failed you. Fucking killing himself over this shit. Ritual suicide because they didn't sell as many copies as fucking Smash said they would have.
shit what they're trying to tell the public, like, oh, it's a tentpole game, and it was really
Again, they're not telling the public. This wasn't a public fucking statement. This was a statement to stockholders. This was a statement made in their fucking financial meeting.
Professionally written. Again, this guy can't comprehend. Like everything has to be specific. But this guy has to find any reason to lie.
Good for our quarter when we had really nothing else, but it did good for us. I said, it's hard to ignore that the head of Sucker Punch Productions conveniently departed recently. This is the other thing. I covered.
I don't know if that's convenient. I mean, if the head of Sucker Punch left, that has nothing to do with the sales.
This at the same time when all this was going down, Sony of Japan allegedly was upset at the results internally of this game. And then conveniently, coincidentally, about a month later, Brian Fleming, the founder of Sucker Punch Studios, says, so what do you think I should do next? That's the big question. Because after 28 absolutely life-changing years at the helm of Sucker Punch, I've decided it's time to shake up the snow globe. My ass, you do. If everything was going great there, you'd stay there. Why? After 28 years, why would you leave unless it's to retire and go fishing? You want to stay in the industry?
Why would you leave? So if he founded the company, if he was in charge of the company, how would he have been ousted? He wouldn't have left. Like, nobody's leaving their company because Sony was mad at the sales. He would have been like, fuck you. There would have been a big stink about it, right? So you're saying he did so terrible that Sony paid him a shitload of money to pretend to leave on his own? Like, this makes no sense, right? Here's a golden parachute for being shitty at your job.
And start something all over again somewhere else. That
and he
tells
didn't say anything about starting over anything else. He said, so what do you think I should do next? Maybe he's like, well, should I be a journalist? Should I go fishing? Should I just fucking be a talking head? Should I retire quietly into that good night?
me that you got pushed out. And this is a conveniently aligned conversation that you've had with Sony.
He says right here, I really don't know what's next. I'm going to stay at Sucker Punch through April to assist with transition and then take some time with Krista to visit friends and places we always wanted. Meanwhile, I'm trying to sort out which opportunities I want to explore next. Some industry, some tech, some entertainment, and some advocacy, politics stuff, all part of the space I'm thinking hard about. Happy to discuss if curious. So this guy might just decide, you know what? I'm going to not retire, but I can take a job as a consultant. I can take a job as an advisor where basically I get a paycheck to do nothing and I can spend time with my wife and family.
Less hands-on. Just, chill.
To make it seem like this was your decision to leave just to go out and start doing the same thing again somewhere else?
Nowhere does it say that.
Again, very curious. Very curious. Pay attention and notice how much room for interpretation is baked into the statement from her.
There's literally no room for interpretation. She was very clear. She's very precise in her words. Game sold more than the other one.
Avoids giving any concrete context or scale at all. All too convenient. But don't worry, Sony ponies will lap this up like some sort of massive own.
Sony ponies,
I've
bud.
already seen that across the board.
Where just got that from?
People are tagging me.
They'll lap it up as a massive own. That's the problem. It's this. They're trying to own me, and I can't let them own me.
Yeah.
Paranoid thinking again.
All day today and going nuts on me. But before I even go to those, I want to give props to IGN. No, mark this down. Count on one hand how many times I say this. They said Sony says Ghost of Yotei, quote, exceeded the sales of Ghost of Tsushima in the same period of time and, quote, significantly contributed to its financial results. And if you go through this and read what they said, this is what I give them credit for. At least they were honest and said, the statement here is a little vague. Like keywords, they didn't actually say anything. They said a whole bunch of shit without actually saying anything. And the Sony ponies are lapping it up, even though today I was completely vindicated by it. I said, today
I'm completely vindicated, guys. When they said that Ghost of Yotei did better than Ghost of Tsushima, he was completely vindicated.
100%.
In a couple of months, when they do finally release the sales figures, right? When they're like, hey, here's what we hit, and it's better than Ghost of Tsushima, what's he going to say? What's the goalpost going to be then, right? Notice he sucks off IGN when they agree with him.
Yeah.
Does he not understand creative people sometimes have to move on? He doesn't because he's not creative. Smash is someone who just milks things forever. He's like, well, why would you leave if you're milking that and making money? Why would you?
Yeah,
why
just
would you
keep
not be
grifting.
happy to keep making money there?
I've been
Even if it's
vindicated
at your own,
on my stance
you know,
that Ghost Yotei was
financial
indeed a
risk.
failure relative to Tsushima. And Sony has to run damage control, pretending it's fine, but doesn't actually give sales numbers to prove it. We had many people going at me. Let's start with David Jaffe. People have every right to hate and love what they love. But man, the more I play this gem of a game, the more I feel sad for those who follow the man-child that is Smash JT.
Man, why Smash got David Jaffe and me agreeing, and I hate David Jaffe. I hate crazy
damn.
David Jaffe.
Crazy David, yeah.
They are
Male
missing
like
out
Smash
on
JT.
a fucking wonderful action adventure that raises the bar. It's so wonderful. Hey, David, from me to you, I am so happy you are enjoying your time with this game. As I've said to everyone that's played this game, I'm glad you like it. Personally,
you're not.
I do not want to participate in this. I don't like the direction they took it. And as a
I don't like the direction they took it. What direction? You play as a different character trying to get revenge on people that killed your family? That's terrible direction. Why would they do that, guys? Return to profit. He will just say this: the numbers they give us are lies. Yeah, probably. I think the rest of the video is just him complaining about. He's doing a Sturgis where he's just going to complain about people like, "Oh, this guy complained about me. This guy complained about me too."
This Sony pony bud and this Sony pony bud.
Yeah, so we'll just we'll skip the rest of that video because we got something more important. Egypt to block Roblox for all users.
Oh shit!
It's the latest in a string of Middle Eastern nations to restrict the platform.
First,
how is it
Iraq before, right? Remember?
Yeah, how is it that the Middle East is like, you know what? Roblox is fucked. We should not allow anyone to use it. And the U.S. is like, no. We should let kids definitely use Roblox, even though they're being molested online. Like, how is this? Well, are we gonna find out that Roblox is in the fucking Epstein files, guys?
Why would it be surprised?
Because I know he was playing a lot of fucking Fortnite. Okay.
Did you hear that shit? Like some girl was about to get kidnapped. Like, I don't know if I heard this wrong, but it's crazy shit, all because of Roblox.
Yeah. Someone was gonna.
That's crazy.
Well, who's next? Who is next? Papua New Guinea.
Papua New Guinea, bud.
But when it comes to Fortnite, Jeffrey Epstein not only had an account, it's been active since he supposedly died.
Ooh.
Which means either he's not died or one of the kids he kidnapped on the island decided to start playing Fortnite.
Oh.
Mm.
Did he?
I think he's playing from beyond the grave.
Yeah.
But at least Xbox has banned his account from the Xbox Live service. So there's that. I know that this is not a political show, it's a video game show and everything, but that whole Epstein shit, like, how is nobody, like, how is it that we all went, release the files, and then they released them and we all went, yeah, we kind of figured all those people were in it. Okay.
We knew it.
Nothing. No one's getting arrested. There's
Nope.
You're protesting ICE. You're protesting the government. Why aren't you protesting all these celebrities that are in the damn Epstein files? If this was Paris in like the 1800s, we'd be dragging people into the streets. Okay?
Oh, guillotines?
Yeah. Guillotines, yeah.
Yes, Ruby hacked the account for catfishing purposes, though.
Give me liberty or give me Epstein.
Maybe Epstein was doing the same thing Elon did and had some guy playing for him. That could be a possibility.
Oh.
He's like, oh shit, I forgot to. He didn't know Epstein died, so he's like, I got to play the account to level him up for the new fucking battle pass. Didn't realize. Egypt to block Roblox. Let's see what it says. It says Egyptian regulators have banned Roblox, a popular children's game. Bloomberg reports the nation's Supreme Council for Media Regulation is coordinating with National Telecommunications Regulatory Authority on the decision to ensure its enforcement. The state-owned outlet reported that Senator Wala Hermas Rawadid had proposed regulation of the platform to, quote, protect children's moral and educational values. Not their buttholes, just their morals and educational value. Which is, you would think, because, he's not going, hey, we should, like, block Roblox because the kids are getting raped. He's like, no, let's block Roblox because there's, like, people telling them that, like, Muslim is bad. Like, we got to make sure that they're not getting exposed to any of that American debauchery. The senator outlined his concerns with the nature of the Roblox platform, including the ability to communicate directly with strangers, as well as a potential psychological and behavioral effect on young users. In a statement to Bloomberg, Roblox stated that it has built rigorous safeguards that go beyond those of many other platforms. Egypt joins others, including Iraq, Algeria, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates, that have banned or heavily restricted the U.S.-based gaming platform. Turkey and Russia also enacted blanket bans on Roblox recently, citing the promotion of homosexuality and the LGBTQ propaganda. See, like these countries are not like, hey, let's protect children from being raped. They're like, hey, let's protect children because there's gay stuff on there, right?
Huh.
Ninjas can be gay too.
Roblox has a significant presence in the Middle East and North Africa region. Really? I find that weird. I don't know why I find that weird. Should I find that weird?
No.
Yeah.
It's 2026.
I guess it's my racism talking when I go. like I don't think of like big gaming countries as like Middle East and North Africa. Like the
Saudi's a big player now in gaming, because they bought all these companies, right?
Yeah. The company's most recent economic impact report claims it added 15 million to the total GDP across Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Morocco, Qatar, and the UAE between 2021 and 2024.
See?
Roblox recently tightened its age verification requirements for certain in-game features following pressure from numerous U.S. state attorney general over child safety, though the new system is reportedly a mess. All this comes against the backdrop of globally internet restrictions, especially for social media services. A raft of nations, including Australia, Spain, and Denmark, have moved to ban social media entirely for children. I applaud
Spain,
them.
yeah, based. I heard that about Spain. So Austria and Denmark too.
Oh, North Africa is the rich part, so it doesn't probably. Let's protect the children from pedos. No, from the gays. But yeah, I think that children should not be on social media.
No, agreed.
It's really ridiculous, right? Because think about it. Would you let your children? Would you like, hey, 13-year-old, 12-year-old, 10-year-old boy, go downtown in the middle of like a major city and go hang out? You'd be like, no. But then you go, hey, go online, which is the equivalent of that, and just fucking talk to all these weird strangers that are out there, right?
Exactly.
Maybe I'm old-fashioned. And I come from an era where they just let us go outside and didn't pay attention to us, right? But somehow we all knew not to talk to strangers, right? This generation talks to everybody.
Yeah.
Which is kind of ridiculous. When you sit down and think about it, I think, our generation was told that like stranger danger is a thing, and like, oh, you're gonna get molested by the weird guy who lives in the creepy van by the river, right? And then like that report came out that like most child kidnappings and molestations came from people you knew, right?
Right.
But it makes sense. See, here's where I think they fucked up. Okay, I got to get on my soapbox for a minute. They made a report to go, hey, most molestations happen by people you know, right? And they go, oh, stranger danger was bad because, actually the people that molest you are like the people you know, right? But I think that actually proved the point. I think that proved that stranger danger worked because we taught children to avoid strangers, and so they didn't get molested by strangers. We just had to teach them to stop being molested by also people they knew. We had to add, instead of taking away stranger danger, we should have just added also the people that are around you danger, right? Everyone danger. We should have went that way. Disavow what? Are you saying that Stranger Danger failed? If they made a report and they said, "Hey, actually,
It was too much
strangers
confusion.
aren't molesting kids that much," I go, "Yeah, that's because kids are avoiding strangers. We taught them to avoid them. We succeeded in our mission to get strangers
We
not
taught
to
them the
molest
red
their children."
flags, you know.
Yeah,
Right, but it shouldn't raise the numbers at home.
yes, it
I
would
don't
because
know.
it didn't. If here's the thing, if you had say 1 million people, right, being molested, let's say 100. Let's say 100 people were being molested, right? And normally it would have been like 50-50. But then you took away all the strangers. And so instead of 100 people being molested, only 50 were molested. And they were all molested by people at home. And you go, oh, see? Only the home people are molested. And you go, no, we just eliminated the other one.
But we
right?
just, oh God, that is some weird logic. Okay.
How's that weird logic?
I don't want to think about it. It's awful.
It is
The whole
awful. No
thing.
one should. That's what I'm saying. Like, but we stopped teaching stranger danger because we got it into our head that it was like people you knew. And now they're going online and getting like fucking kidnapped and shit.
We
By
were just way
strangers.
too focused on the people you knew part. That's the problem.
Yeah, I'm saying we should have
made
taught them
everybody
both.
forget
We should
about
have
the
said
strangers.
strangers and people you know. Everyone danger.
I didn't know that wasn't a thing anymore. It's stranger danger. They don't teach kids that shit. That's weird.
No, they don't because the statistics came out that they were the people who were getting molested were being molested by people they knew, and so they stopped teaching stranger danger and started saying, "Hey, you need to if you need help, go run to a stranger. Like there's people can help you because there's they don't know you and they're strangers and they'll help you because people are nice now." Like they did like a 180 on the whole thing.
That's awful.
This is a high school math question. If you had 100 people,
Yeah, oh God, I don't want to see that math book.
teach veto danger. Veto danger. Yeah.
All right.
No, I mean it's like saying like, okay, if you said, okay, like I'm trying not to be racist, right? I'm trying to, how am I gonna word this in a way?
Uh-oh.
Right?
Delicately.
Yeah, real delicately, right? Let's say that men beat up women, right? That's a statistic, right? They go, oh, domestic violence is men beating women, right? So
How did we
let's
get
say
on
that,
this tangent?
wait. Let's say that then suddenly all women decided they didn't want to get married anymore. But there was still domestic violence, right? Because not all domestic violence was from men hitting their wives, right? Because lesbians also hit each other. So then suddenly the number would be like, oh,
that is
it's
a
only
thing,
women
actually,
committing domestic violence. And then you go, wait, no, men still did it. Like they still did, like we just eliminated it because we no longer did this thing. And that's why it looks this way now. We altered the statistic, is what I'm saying.
Okay. I gotcha.
I don't
From a
think you
certain point
do,
of
but I
view.
think you're just like, man, this is a really uncomfortable situation.
No, it's like, yeah, it's like Obi-Wan said, from a certain point of view. I got it.
From a certain point of view, I had to. So I said I was going to do this, so I did it. That's the fish tank, by the way. The fish tank is making all that weird noise. I didn't notice that until right now. So I tried it. Peanut butter toast.
There you go.
So how was it?
It was good.
Yes.
Told you.
It was. I was shocked. I look. I was like, oh, I got the toast. I put the peanut butter right on it when it was still warm.
Mm-hmm.
And I bit
It's
into
all
it.
melty.
Like, yeah, it was all melty and warm peanut butter. I was like, I thought it was going to
That's
be
the
bad,
trick. Yeah.
and it was good. It was good. Now do
Welcome
Vegemite.
to
I
the
don't
club.
think we have Vegemite here. I have to go like import Vegemite. Everything is better with the toasting of bread. Look, in my head, I went toast and peanut butter weren't going to be good together. I couldn't wrap my mind around those two concepts, right? I didn't let the toast sit, so I don't know if it like when it gets cold, if it doesn't taste as good, right? Like
Correct.
cold toast.
No, you want it right out of the toaster. You did it right. When it gets all melty and stuff, that's the shit.
Yeah, it was melty and man, it was good. It's good.
Mhm.
Now, see, Broken Good gets it. The main pipeline feeding the statistic was cut off. Thank you.
Yes, exactly. People lost their focus.
Now, Tony gonna get amazed with toasted tuna melt. I've had tuna melt toasted. That makes sense to me. I
Mhm.
like tuna and melted cheese, and I like fucking toast on my tuna sandwiches. But it was just like peanut butter, like because I never see it on TV. I've never when someone mentioned it, that was legitimately the first time I've ever heard anyone mention putting fucking peanut butter on toast.
That's so weird. I've been eating that since I was a little kid. It's so weird that you never tried it. But I'm glad
I never
you did.
heard of it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Maybe it's, maybe it's old school. Maybe it's a regional thing. Who knows?
I think it's a white people thing.
It could be a white people thing. That is very possible.
Us Latinos, I just get like a piece of tortilla and throw some butter on it, and that's what we eat. Maybe that's what it is.
Could be.
Yeah, stay away from Vegemite. That's like a yeast infection on bread.
That's awful.
Damn.
Oh God, what a way to put it.
I've heard good things and bad things about Vegemite, but there's like another one that's like Vegemite, but it's called something different. But apparently, it's just like boiled meat. It's like meat products or something.
Well, you talking about potted meat?
No, Vegemite. It's like
Vegemite. No, that's yeast. It's like it's like the leftovers from brewing beer. Vegemite.
What am I thinking of? Marmite?
Marmite,
Maybe.
yeah. Well, Stray Beans is saying it's bullshit.
Well, it says it's a thick brown Australian food spread made from leftover brewer's yeast extract with a salty, slightly bitter, and umami flavor, often compared to beef bouillon.
Gotcha.
Apparently, Australians really love their Vegemite.
Well, it's right in their music.
Yeah, from the land down under.
Yeah, that's on.
You know what's the
Never-
wildest thing I learned from the Lamb Down Under?
What's that?
Tim Tams with tea.
Who?
I don't know
What?
why. It's like chocolate. Yeah, like chocolate biscuits. You have that with tea, apparently. And for some reason, it works.
I don't like tea, so nothing with tea is good. Serious Man says I did peanut butter toast and buttered tortillas as a kid. Well,
Nice.
I don't know what to tell you. I must live in a weird part of the country where there were fucking peanut butter toast was never a thing. Okay, I'm with guy who likes Heelys. Fuck tea. Tea is nasty. I hate tea. But you know what I don't hate? The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales. Yeah, it's coming to PlayStation. I thought this was going to be an exclusive for the Switch, and I was really fucking pissed. But it's coming to PlayStation.
I'm
Square Enix.
Run, Elliot!
dead.
Phone home, Elliot.
Keep wishing! You want to live! Right?
There are still things
The voice
you
acting.
must do. Please.
Okay, the voice
bring me
acting's a
back
little
to
crazy.
life.
Calm down. The name's a little long too. But this is from the people that made
Adventure across
The
Philadelphia.
art style is on point, though. Look at
what the
this.
hell's that game?
Traveling through 4 ages, spending
Octopath.
thousands of
Octopath,
hours
yeah.
to lift a curse on Princess Huria. Elliot's home time, the age of safekeeping.
But the kingdom is utterly dependent on the princess
love the fucking
and her spell
graphics.
of safekeeping.
I
now.
love the fucking
It is
sprite
true
work,
that she bears a heavy burden.
and it plays like a Zelda game.
The age of reconstruction, when humans cower in the shadows of ruin.
People didn't just lose magic, but their will too.
Oh
I want the
no.
world to prosper again.
Humanity's height of prosperity in the age of magic.
This is Wazen, the nation of magic. Magical research is the backbone of the society.
Which is all the more reason it must be done right. And the age of budding, the birth of human civilization.
The age of budding.
I want
Want some
only
bud?
peaceful coexistence. I have
You
never
think this will
sought
just become
power.
the new meta with this new HD pixel
It's
based?
been the new
I hope so, because I fucking love it.
Indie games, right? Like, the shit they can
Philadelphia's
pull off.
history is woven by the emotions of its inhabitants. Those
I always say
emotions,
that, like,
at
these
times, hope
games,
for the future,
This
at
Octopath,
times the
they
world's
look
downfall.
like what you
envelop
remember
all those in it.
that game's looking like, but they don't actually look like it.
yes.
Look at that. It plays like a Zelda. Like a little bit like Zelda, a little bit like Secret of Mana.
You still have a chance to
Hades.
save us all.
Please, you have to live.
Let's go, Faye. We have to save Furia and the kingdom.
ARPG, yeah.
Play has no limits. This is not the game that I was talking about for you, Yotei. It's not yet. No.
Oh.
Animal mascot.
Oh yeah, old school animal mascot.
Go.
Is this spinning in
Got
box?
Sonic at home. Let's go.
Is it spinning? No, this is Cosmos Voltus. Indie game.
Oh.
Nope. They're gonna
I was really hoping for Finnegan Fox.
Should have been on the Amico.
You say that, TJ, and that was actually like my argument for the Amico was like, yeah, this could work. I was like, there's a bunch of indie games. Why isn't Tommy just going out and like going to Kickstarter and go, look, you need 20,000, we'll give you 20,000, put it on the Amico, right? You need 5,000, we'll give you the 5,000, put it on there. Like,
make it a full-on indie console.
Yeah. Because despite what people say, exclusives are needed. Look at this fucking beat 'em up. This looks exactly like an arcade beat 'em up fucking in the 80s.
Oh yeah.
Big fucking
Streets of Rage
sprites.
at home.
Yeah, it looks like something right out of 1992.
4 playable characters. You got a lady. Local co-op. We need more of this. Get these big open world AAA games. We need some more old school, like a beat 'em up. When's the last time a good shmup came out? This following King Brawl, by the way.
Wait, what? You have a wolf?
I think the wolf comes out for your special attack.
Yeah, look at that.
Fallen City Brawl.
PlayStation. All right, here it is. Star Trek Voyager across the unknown.
Oh, shit.
I've heard of this, actually.
Hi, I'm Tim, game designer at GameXside, and in this video we're diving into the building strategy layer of Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown to show you how to rebuild and manage Voyager, customizing your ship for different gameplay styles and narrative branches.
You play
you've seen
as the
in our
Voyager
What
ship
If
and you
trailer.
customize it.
In Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown, the goal is to get home. But to get home, you have to survive. While a lot of people compare our game to live simulation games based on the iconic side view, from a gameplay perspective, we actually had survival strategy titles in mind when designing the core.
Picard Simulator, let's
You
go.
are under constant pressure to balance crew morale and resource scarcity. And while some resources can be produced or traded, the vast majority must be gathered by exploring, forcing you to keep moving. Watch our exploration deep dive video for more information.
So is this the kind of game you want to
Ship
play?
and crew management takes place in a detailed side
Dude,
of the
that
USS
sounds
Voyager,
so
reminiscent of the panel at the back of the.
Sounds so what?
Confusing. There's so much to keep track of. Like, you're basically running the ship. Like, you've got to allocate everything.
Literally, yeah.
And
every
plot your
aspect.
course home.
Just play faster than light, you tourist. Yeah, I know you were gonna. I knew you were gonna say
First,
that.
bud.
There's a lot of games like this.
Bridge, with most of the ship's systems represented by rooms. This cross-section gives you a complete overview, from the bridge down to main engineering.
But this is
When you
Star
first
Trek.
arrive
You
in the
play with
Delta
all the
Quadrant,
Star Trek
the
people.
ship is heavily damaged.
Well, it's like I would love to
In
play
our
Star
game,
Trek Online,
most rooms
but
were
I'm
just-
not fucking doing all the microtransaction bullshit to try and fucking get anywhere. I mean, it costs a lot of money to get like a decent crew with a decent ship and all that kind of stuff. Nah.
that go
pouring my money in
into
there.
your ship build. Main engineering houses the warp core and is vital for energy management.
I don't think there's
As
actually
explained,
been a good
each room requires
Star
a
Trek
certain
game.
amount of energy.
Not really. I mean, well, Star Trek Online looks really
The
cool.
amount of energy
Like,
produced
there's
in
a lot of
turn
cool stuff on
depends-
there. Like, there's all different kinds of versions of it, like different. Like they go back into the Delta Quadrant, and one of them that looked pretty cool. And a lot of people like it.
There was
like
one on the SNES, and it was kind of fun, but it was like it didn't really capture the essence of Star Trek because it was like, oh, you're out there like phasering people, and like it tried to be like a little bit of an action game and a little bit of like ship combat, but it's like, is that really what Star Trek's about, right? Like,
right.
Because Star Trek isn't really like this, like, oh, gung ho, we're killing aliens. Like how are you gonna have a game where it's like, oh, let's negotiate with these friendly aliens and not do anything for like 40 minutes, right? So,
Yeah, it doesn't translate well.
There needs to be like Crusader Kings, but Star Trek. That's where you can do like negotiations and diplomacy.
no, what they need to do is like be a Star Trek game, but based on like the Klingons or the
Or
Cardassians
that,
something.
actually, yeah.
Yeah, where
Like
you're playing as
your
guys who
boomer
just want to
shooter.
kill everything, right? Like,
Yes. Like a
Yeah.
little orc simulator, you know?
Yeah, you could.
On the warp core level.
the warp
But the
core
higher
level.
it
Look, you gotta
is,
get your warp
the
core
more
up so you can get
deuterium
home.
it requires per cycle. As resources are scarce, you will regularly find yourself turning off rooms and prioritizing systems. And beware, if all
Yeah,
deuterium
that's like
is
a lot of
depleted,
shit to
the
manage.
warp core
I'm with you.
Dude.
Arturo.
Luckily, food can be grown in hydroponic bays, both small and large, to make you more self-sufficient, especially in Borg sectors where collecting food is difficult.
Full-on simulator.
Likewise, waste assemblers can produce small amounts of deuterium.
I'm guessing this is
uranium,
probably a mobile
or-
game with like a bunch of like, pay us money to get like more energy, pay us money to get
Fallout
more food.
Shelter.
Yeah.
Whoever said that at some point. That is Fallout Shelter.
Next game. This is Tearscape. Old school, classic.
No, the music is great. What is it?
This would have been so badass back in the gap on like on fucking NES. Like now I look at it, I go, this looks like fucking like, am I wasting my time playing this like low poly fucking old game? I think that's the other problem like people have with games. Is it too many like, let's make my version of Zelda instead of just like let's make a good game, right?
Instead of coming up with something new, or at least make the Zelda stuff the basis for your game, but add something new with it.
No, I think if you start off from a perspective of making my version of Zelda, then you just get locked into this like weird fucking like knockoff, right? Just make something, and if it progresses and it looks like Zelda or it plays like Zelda, that's a coincidence. But like when you
Right.
start from it as like this is like Zelda, right? Like fucking we'll have 2 rings like Zelda does, and we'll have this like Zelda does, and a grappling hook. It's like, oh man, it's too much. Too much. All right, let's go to the polls, and then they ask us anything, and then just get the hell out of here, and everyone can go celebrate Super Bowl.
Woohoo,
tomorrow.
Gawks.
What about the Patriots?
Fuck them. Bastards.
Damn.
I'm a little bitter, okay? The
Why?
Seahawks
Don't be
lost
bitter.
No, dude. If you'd watched the last Seahawks Patriots Super Bowl, you'd understand how much I hate the Patriots.
What did they do?
And
to you
yes, it was our
personally?
own fault, but it was the Seahawks' own fault. Okay, they shot themselves in the foot literally on the fucking 1 foot line. Like instead of just handing the ball off to the running back and getting the touchdown, they dropped back to pass it and threw an interception on the goal line. It was horrible. And so we need revenge tomorrow. Just saying.
I guess.
I'll tell you on the warpath.
Bro, I walked away from the sports ball, man. Like gambling's been ruining sports ball for me, but my team's in the Super Bowl, so I'm a little happy. Now we just got to get the Bills back there so they can win too. And all will be right with the world. Carry on.
Anyway, don't forget you can go act now, get your limited edition On the Press t-shirt, $15. Can't beat that with a stick. All right. I said, is the new Rippaverse solicitation model good for the fans? 90% said no, not good for the fans.
Overwhelmingly.
Reminded everyone about the members only stream. And do you trust Katie did? 64% no.
Overwhelmingly.
Do you, Yotei, trust Katie did?
I'd like to, but I mean, I know she hates my guts, so I don't think I could. Like, I try to be nice and stay out of everything and not say anything, and didn't get anywhere.
Same.
I mean, after she came out and said, basically, I hold on to things until I need them later. How can anyone go?
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing to do it, and it's another thing to say it out loud, right? Like, to say the quiet part out loud was like, damn. That's fucked up. And then for other people to go, of course, she's a Clipper. Of course, like, no private conversations are private. Like, man. Like anyone who says DMs aren't private or private conversations aren't going to be private, like, I don't trust you. Like, you're not people I trust, right? I don't feel like I should have to be on guard. Like, I tell Yotei and them things, right? I don't ever expect, like, oh man, one day Yotei is gonna snake me in the back and just spill his guts. I assume that we're friends and he's not going to tell people when I say that 56K warning is awesome, right?
See, if we're talking about the Ripoff-verse situation, if Ripoff-verse slighted her personally, herself, right? If the beef was between him and her, then maybe there'd be some warrant for showing DMs and proving that Ripoff-verse did some hibby-jibby. But he didn't.
Says, wait, are they taking shots at Yotei? He's been as neutral as can be. Guy who likes Heelys, not only are they taking shots at Yotei, they're making fun of his disability.
Yeah, the cripple jokes are. I mean, I expected it, so it's not like the end of the world. But
yeah, but it's still like you don't say anything about most people, and
no,
so it's like
it's not my thing.
Yeah, but I'm saying beyond that, like even if you did, like to make fun of somebody, like, oh, he has a stupid take, is different from like, oh, this guy's crippled, let's make fun of his disability. That's fucked up.
And
like,
you see what they did with Scott.
Like even people,
remember?
Right? Like, we don't make fun of people's like handicaps or disabilities. That's still like fucking Anna when she's like looking at pictures of like ugly people and like laughing at them, like, oh my god, that guy's got a fucking tumor. He's fucking like that's weird and fucking that's disgusting behavior, right? There's one thing to laugh at someone doing something stupid. It's another thing to laugh at someone for something that they have no fucking control over, right? Oh, that guy
does the same thing.
Yeah, that guy's face is messed up because he was born with a tumor. We should laugh at him. Like, no, like, why? Maybe that guy's cool. Maybe he's a nice guy. Red says, my Seahawks won the Super Bowl. I got money on it.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, shit. I don't think so, Red. I think the Seahawks are losing.
Mm-mm.
I read
Not
in the
this time.
files that it's been that they rigged the game already. So.
Oh, yeah. There's decent evidence out there that the NFL is scripted, like wrestling. Just saying.
What am I looking for here?
No! I'm the man with the Big Dipper, and satisfaction's coming!
As they clutch their pearls over Yellow Flush making fun of Ethan's family.
As Yellow Flash is the one funding one of their members.
Yeah, going after Yotei's disabilities, basically admitting they don't have an argument.
Yeah,
pretty much. And again, one of the reasons I don't trust Katie did is because she doesn't publicly call people out for this, right? She don't go, "Hey, why are you guys saying these things about Yotei? You shouldn't." Dude, there were people making fun of Lance, and he didn't do anything. Just because Lance was on our show, they decided now we have to make fun of Lance, right?
And Scar
I
again.
don't know if you know this. They went after Scar just for being on our show. In fact, someone showed me an image from Kami Mark's retarded fucking live stream what he did with DG, and they put Scar on their little stupid like lunch table bullshit. And Scar he's not even in this group. He's not even one of our guys. He's a biggest problem in the universe fan that hopped on a live stream to make fun of fucking Riley, right? Like Scar is like nothing to do with this, nothing to do with Comicsgate, nothing to do with anything. He's a guy that popped on a fucking live stream, and they're like, "No, we gotta fucking make fun of Scar now. We gotta do a deep dive investigation into fucking Scar's background."
It's how sensitive they are.
Yeah. Anyway, ask us anything. We got 3 questions. Now that means I have 4 questions, 4 comments. My sketchbook says, after all the Dirty D stuff happened, what is the next step now? My sketchbook, the next step is to business as usual. Just do what we always do. Video games on Saturday, comic books on Sunday, wrestling on Friday, making fun of Eric July's stupid moves on Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday members only, and Thursday get drunk and laugh at things that are dumb. There's nothing going to change around here, right? It's just business as usual. Saggy is the best female here. She has big brains. She has a pair of big brains from what I hear.
That's right. Both lobes are big.
Saggy's the homie. I've been through so much with Saggy. We've yelled at each other. We've called each other names. We've been mad at each other. We've been friends with each other. I think we understand each other and where we stand on different things. And Saggy knows, like, she will bring up somebody. I goes, don't bring that person up. Like, I know you're friends with that person, but if you bring that person up, I'm going to start insulting them, and I know you're going to get mad. And so just don't bring that person up, right? Like, we both understand that. I yelled at her the other day. She yelled at me a couple days ago. She gets bored and like says stupid shit to me whenever she's bored at work. It's crazy. Transylvanian Jack says, what's your stance on the depiction of pagan gods in superhero media? Can you elaborate on this question, TJ?
Okay, so what inspired me to ask this was EBS's coverage of Mighty Golden Patriot, right? Because apparently the guy got his powers from an ancient Egyptian god, and EBS was like, "Oh, that's a demon, that's a deceiver," He shouldn't be taking that. He is a patriot. You know what I mean? Like I know he's saying it kind of like a meme. So I was like, oh, let me ask some questions regarding that. I'm trying to start a conversation,
56K1 says, never forget I coined the Saggy the homie. That's right. I think that it's fine to have quote unquote pagan gods. As long as you're recognizing that they are not, right? Like Marvel does it, right? Marvel goes,
yeah,
they got the Norse gods, but they go, they're not real gods. People thought they were gods. They're really just aliens from another dimension. I think when you do it like that, I think it makes sense, right? Especially from a Catholic Christian perspective, right? Like we believe that there's one God and Jesus and all that. And so for me, like it would be like if suddenly I made a comic where like Muhammad was like the ultimate savior and like everyone was like speaking Islam, and you go, Tony, like you're Christian. Why are you even doing it? That makes no sense, right? So like I think that's what Ethan was getting at. Like,
True.
You're like, oh, this is like American patriotism, and it's like Egyptian guy. And you go, that those two things don't really, we are for even though there's like religious freedom here in America, it is pretty much known that it's like a Christian country. I don't think we've had anything but Christians in the White House, right? I don't think there's been like I guess Obama was the closest to a Muslim president.
Yeah, but he was still like a Southern Baptist or something.
Yeah, it was a joke because everyone says.
I know, but I'm saying that's like that. Still, that would be the closest. Everybody else has been either.
Do that comic and get Bosch to draw it.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna be drawing it. Or if I made a comic with a guy who gets his power from Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think that's the other side of the coin is if you're going to use Jesus, right? And you don't respect the Bible and
Yes,
you
you have
start
to do
like
it
taking
respectfully.
liberties with it,
Yeah.
right? I think that's a problem too, right? So either don't use the Bible as a basis of it, or you have to use exactly what it says, or else now you're kind of like insulting Scripture, right? Because it's not for you. Like we believe, and I don't know all like offshoots of Christianity, but Catholics believe that the Bible is the Word of God, told to the people who wrote it, right? God's words written by these people, right? God spoke through them. Okay. And so you can't change those words. Those are God's words, right? They're sacred. And so when you start taking liberties with them, you go, well, this is different. And you go, well, then you're it's blasphemous, right?
That's the right word, yeah.
So I think if you're going to do that, again, using pagan gods, I don't have a problem with it as long as you're presenting them as like not like if you're suddenly like you're like, oh yeah, actually the Egyptian gods are the true gods and they like rule the world and there's no other gods, and you go, yeah, that's I wouldn't do that. That'd be bad. But if you're like, oh yeah, they exist, but also the other things exist, and like they're not really gods, but like they're alien beings from the fifth dimension or something, like, oh, okay, that's fine, right? But who knows? In 1,000 years, they might be talking about Jesus as a pagan god, and be egg on my face. I'll be dead, but I have egg on my face.
Or they'll find the comic books and say, "Oh, wait a minute, this must be scripture."
Oh God!
Jesus still needs to finish Jimmy Reyes' comic.
Oh, that was perfect, dude.
Guy who likes City says it just gets weird when all gods can exist at the same time. I mean, if you treat them all as like different alien beings, I don't think it's that weird. You just go, as long as they don't have the super high levels of power, and you go, no, they have a little bit of abilities.
They need to have like limitations, even if they're like cosmic level. They still need to have limitations. That's what I think of it.
Christian Gnosticism puts emphasis on the esoteric aspects of the religion rather than the dogmatic ones, very much like Jewish Kabbalah or Sufi Islam. Yeah. We need to bring back Vlad the Impaler to put the fear of God into the heathens.
Oh, shit.
So, I don't really have a problem with it. Obviously, we have pagan gods in our comic book, right? Spoiler alert. But I think the way we handle it's pretty well. And like for us, it's very specific, right? I say that the Hadron Collider has allowed things that are myth and legend to suddenly exist, right? Bigfoot exists, not because there's really a Bigfoot, but because people believe in Bigfoot, and the Hadron Collider putting the energies of the Big Bang into the present time has allowed that to come into existence, right? Suddenly, Bigfoot is actually
whatever people imagined became reality. Yeah.
Manifested.
So it manifested things that were like legends, things that were like stories, things that were like beliefs.
You'll see in the one panel where it's going to be a museum, there's a bunch of posters. Like, if you don't understand what we're saying, it's going to look insane, because like the posters will have like aliens or magic shit or portals to another dimension. Like that's what the museum looks like.
So there will be a flat Earth.
Probably.
It's all hippie shit-lib part of Islam. Ripper versus spirituality is as deep as a spoon. But the secret is there is no spoon. Right? But Ben says, when will you stop funding e-thoughts? Never! I will never stop funding e-thoughts. I have a whole farm where I raise e-thoughts. I train them. So
till the day I die.
To the day I die. Some of my best friends are e-thoughts, right? I love me. Why are people mad about e-thoughts? I don't understand that. It's a really weird thing.
He's mad about the one e-thought who he's sweeping for, which is crazy.
All right. Ivor says, when will Vabent stop visiting those truck stops? I don't know. Are they creepy truck stops? Those are the kind of truck stops that Vabent's at?
Full of
It's kind of
trouble
weird.
sweepers? Lollipop
Lot lizards?
enthusiasts? Yeah.
Very weird. Sounds like a great sandbox. It really is, Stray Beans. That is really the great thing about my universe. If I could speak about the comics for a minute, right? I believe that I have created a universe in which lots of things can coexist and they all make sense together. And the stories that we want to tell and the characters that we're creating and the worlds that we're imagining, I'm so excited for it, right? Literally, TJ can attest to this, and he's seen it. You know, we were working on a side project, and I'm like, boom! I'm like putting these huge fucking like backstories of characters. Instead of just going, hey, it's a guy who like shoots lasers. I'm like, here's his whole backstory, and you're like, fuck! Like, look at all this information about these people that I'm creating, right? No, let me take a screenshot so you guys can actually see, right? Let me pull the curtain back just a little, right? Because
shit.
And you know what? As a matter of fact, let me show this one because I think Liam will like this one. You know, if Liam sees this at any point, because we were actually just talking about flat Earth and everything, right? Let me take a screenshot of this. There we go. And then let me put it on Discord because that's the only way I can get a screenshot to open up properly. Because for some reason, if you put an image in Twitter, sometimes it'll open it up and it'll be in the middle, and then sometimes it'll open up and it'll be on the far left and look retarded.
You can't zoom in.
Yeah. All right. So let me zoom in on this. Obviously, I'm using AI, so please don't give me any shit about this, okay? So clearly, in order to get the character model for these guys to eventually turn into something.
No one has drawn anything yet, you know?
So this is how I break it down, right? We get the superhero identity, Slate. Real name, King Otto Klim. Now, if you know anything about flat Earth, not flat Earth, hollow Earth stuff, right? Those names are actually from characters from different hollow Earth books. Okay. His role on the team is ground support. Powers. Slate can control and manipulate earth and stone. All right, so here's the little bit of bio that I gave them, right? Little is known about the king of the underground kingdom of Vitabar. He appeared alongside his royal guards in 2020 after a huge earthquake in Sturgis, South Dakota. The U.S. Abnormals aided
I see what you did there.
The U.S. Abnormals aided King Klim to repel the giant rat-like creature the locals dubbed the Sturgis Monster.
Oh, shit. They're linked. Let's go.
Yeah. Afterwards, King Klim and the President Popo sat down and created the Earth Treaty, granting full U.S. territory status to the Kingdom of Adavatabar. As part of the treaty, King Klim joined the U.S. Abnormals as the hero Slate. So there it is. Like, he's a guy who can control the Earth. He's got Earth powers. He lives underground. He's completely white. He's got white hair. There's a whole underground kingdom. And he's connected to the Sturgis Monster, which we showed way back in the gap. Remember that? That was like
the big rat monster.
That was what? Fucking like a year ago we showed the Sturgis Monster picture? Yeah. And I think that's the smallest bio that I did on the new characters, right? POTUS Savage. Well, actually, yes. Cosmic, the president is President Terry Popo. He's a former wrestler that was known as U.S. Steel. U.S. Steel, Terry Popo, right? He's the president.
American Steel.
American Steel. You think Agartha is real? It is. It's underground. Liam was telling me earlier that it's real.
It's real.
What's laid back about taking over the world through deception and violence? Nothing. Don't hold our hands, Frog Tony. I don't. It's legally distinct. Everything I do is legally distinct. And I do research. I go through things and I look up stuff and I learn about different processes. I read like this guy's got Hollow Earth influences, right? So I went and read some Hollow Earth books. I looked up a bunch of stuff in order to get names and things, right? Did you know that Journey to the Center of the Earth actually only takes place 87 miles into the Earth's crust?
I did not.
Yeah.
87 miles.
Yeah, all the adaptations will tell you that they're literally in the center of the Earth. You know?
Yeah. It's really weird. But that's what I do. Like I sit there and I've created so many characters. And the characters beget storylines and they beget other characters. And you know, when Eric July says it's fun to create characters, it really is. It's fun to create characters. And I take it to the extreme and I've created characters, I've created backstories, I've created fucking storylines and everything. And we got to get that first issue out, TJ. Technically, most streamers and content creators are ethos, so we should try to be a little less hypocritical, says Lance. Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
So, TJ, how much longer until we get this comic out? What's the ETA?
Like Finbar said, this year. It's happening.
It's happening. All right. Trusting you guys on this. Because once we get this first one out, and I'm not looking to make $100,000, right? I'm not looking to make $50,000. I'm looking to not lose money. So I think what I put into this was maybe $5,000, right? So $5,000, we break even. I think is a good number. Original character, Donut Steal. Hit that $5,000. I think we'd be good, right? $5,000. I don't lose any money. You know, obviously anything more than that would be fantastic. I'm just saying. Jeff Johns always said character is almost important. Is almost important or the most important? Because almost important is kind of a weird thing to say. You know, like I said, we built this world, and Frogman, he takes place years after the Hadron Collider incident, years after everything, you know, the world has grown accustomed to superheroes, right? And so I have to build like the lore of the universe, the lore of the world, the lore of Earth, post Hadron Collider, until all these moving parts, all these things, all this timeline. I have a whole timeline of events, like major events, and none of it matters, right? Actually, none of it actually matters because where he starts and in the comic, nothing's really even addressed. But I just have it so that way when we start doing more issues and more stuff, right, it all makes sense. Like everything's gonna flow. You're never gonna catch me in like, oh, you said this, but then this thing changed or whatever. Like it's never gonna happen, right? Because I got everything so meticulously, autistically, you know, written down and thought out. The only time that I've ever been thrown off is when these guys go, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we change it? I go, no, don't change shit. Don't. Straight says, most. I meant most. What is this research you speak of? Oh, man, I do so much research. I mean, even when I decided that we were going to change up Frogman, I was like, I had to look up different frogs. I was like, oh, this frog is cool. What does he got? What does he do? Okay, boom. And like I was looking up different things. I'm like, oh, like there's a man. I don't want to give shit away, TJ. I'm like,
you know what? Let me derail a little bit. The idea of the poison dart frog is a great call. That one is quite unique. It's like the way I think of it is like he's a paradox. He has the colors of the typical superhero, red and blue, but he's very like he's based on a malicious creature. You know,
I don't know.
Poison dart frog. Like, I don't want to touch that.
They're just doing their thing. They're not like actively attacking people. They're not malicious.
But there.
Don't you disparage frogs, TJ?
You don't want to touch them, though.
And like I said, man, there's so many things I want to do. I wish I could draw. This is like, if I could draw, I would be. We'd have the comic out. There'd be so much going on. I'd have like 6 different issues and everything.
Shit, that would be a lot off my plate, you know.
Yeah, but I can't draw. So unfortunately, I should teach myself. I should learn how to draw. Is it hard? Is it hard to learn?
I think so. Yes.
Do you have to have natural talent? Maybe that should be a question. Could
I
you actually
gotta have
learn to
some.
draw? Or like, are some people just like, you'll never, like, I don't think I'll ever learn to be good at basketball, right? Like, I know how to shoot. I know the rules of basketball, but I don't think there's no amount of practice that'll ever make me at a professional basketball level, right? And I think the same thing with like drawing. I think like, I could learn to draw a little bit, but I think I'll never learn to draw and be at a professional level.
Right.
Like there's no amount of studying. There's no, like, I just don't have that ability, right? Bad drawings work. All right, George. Where's George when you need him? That's what he would say. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And, I'm being very selective in who we work with. And so that way the vision maintains. There's going to be no lore keepers besides me. I'm the lore keeper. I'm not going to hire the Saskas, right? To make sure that everything runs through me. And I'm open to outside ideas. We're open to other people coming in and collaborating on things. But I have it set up in a way, right, where things won't affect other things. I'm trying to get Yotei to make a comic, but Yotei don't want to go in on it.
Yeah, okay.
Why not? You read comics. You surely you have to have an idea for something, right?
No, I don't know. Yes and no, but I'd have to change a lot of stuff because it's mostly fan fiction-y shit.
Like what?
You know
give
what I mean?
me an example of like.
Dude, you don't want to know. Like, okay.
Yeah, I do want to know. That's why I asked you.
I like to mash up my two favorite like sci-fi things. Like I'm a sci-fi nerd. Surprise! Is I like to take like a Highlander style immortal, but I put him in Star Trek. Like I put him in Starfleet. You know what I mean? Like what would it be like to be an immortal in that kind of future? Like how, like that kind of shit. Like how, like facing immortality, like with all that technology but I have to change it all because of those are two IPs that already exist. It'd have to be a different reason for that person to be immortal, and then it had to be a whole different reason for them to be in some kind of space fleet. You know what I mean? You have to change it all around.
We could work with this. We could work with this. The wheels are spinning in my head. We'll talk after the show, Yotei. We're gonna.
It's all about the execution again. Have as wide as an idea as you want, but the execution matters.
Angela says, "I want to read that story of Highlander in Star Trek."
Right? I mean, beheadings in space. Come on, it'd be great.
What if the second Highlander movie was actually good in its own thing?
I know, right? Oh.
Yeah.
And even
isn't it like
are
isn't
good? Like
Battle
Renegade
Beast
cut.
kind of like that? Battle Beast, isn't he kind of like that? He's like space faring, but like kind of a barbarian Highlander.
Yes. Well, yeah, because I mean, he does. He's looking for that big battle to finally end it all because he's just so good, so overpowered. Yeah. He wants that glorious final death.
Yeah, I think we could do something with this. Read the Lazarus long novels. There can only be one Q.
Right, there you go.
Yeah, we're going to talk. We're definitely going to talk after the show. All right, everybody, that's it. That's the show. I spilled all the secrets. You guys know now. If you have ideas, I'm like I said, if you got an idea and you're like, hey, this sounds like cool for a comic, we can work something out. And if you just have you need help, there's been a lot of people, right? I know I'm total asshole and I'm a terrible person. But there has been a lot of people that have come to me and asked me for criticism and asked me for help on their comics or help on their story or read this over and give me thoughts. And I've done that freely. No charge. I don't charge people. I'm not looking to fucking make money for helping you guys. You know, if you, hey, I got a story. Could you look over it? What do you think with your autistic insight? I will. Right. But
we're having an hour.
Yeah. Until then, till next time, Monday. No Sunday stream because we got the Super Bowl. Go Patriots. Until next time, love, peace, booty grease. We out this bitch.